Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review. Today we're looking at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron TIE Fighter. This is number 10 in the line. So I wasn't planning on doing any more of these, at least anytime soon, but I went to my local Target today and found the TIE Fighter and a few other ones, but only picked this one up in a couple mystery boxes. The TIE Fighter is one that I was very much looking forward to. Kind of want to get two of them. I saw a second one at the store, but I had to kind of restrain myself because, well, money. But I'm happy to have it. I wasn't expecting to get it anytime soon because my targets haven't been the greatest. I had to go to a city next to mine to actually find it, but I'm glad I did because it's a really cool looking ship and I'm excited to take photos with it later at some point. Maybe not today because it's already late, it's really hot. But anyways, let's just get into this review. So TIE Fighter does come with a TIE Pilot, though in the box it just says the pilot. But yeah, it's a TIE Fighter pilot. Looks good. The paint on it looks fine. I really have nothing to complain about. It honestly looks really, really badass. The black and the white on it. It's probably one of my favorite little mini 1-inch figures they've released so far just because of the aesthetic of the figure. And looking at him close up, again, I think they did a great job with the detailing on the suit and everything. He has the white on top of the helmet, some white on the chest and belt and everything. And just like the other ones, the arms move up and he can get into a seating position so he can get inside the ship and everything. Very simple, but honestly really effective. I really like this look, so I'm really happy that when it comes to army building, this is going to be one of the ones that I'm definitely going to get at least 2 of, maybe more in the future, but at least 2 of for right now. So once again, Jazwares has done a great job of recreating one of the ships from Star Wars, this time being the TIE Fighter, and all the little detail throughout the ship looks amazing. It is, again, one of the ones that I'm missing from the Power to Force line, unfortunately, but I'm glad to have a TIE Fighter in my collection finally. This one doesn't disappoint in the looks department. It looks really, really nice. All the detail and everything, it's nice, it's clean. Looking inside through the little glass right there and seeing all that detail inside the window and everything looks amazing. The wings are pretty good, though I feel like the paint is kind of like all over the place when it comes to the black. Like some places it's more glossy, some places it looks a little bit matted. And on one side of my wing on the left, it looks like it has a little dent for some reason. Yeah, it's a little bit odd. It's really, really light. Very, I wouldn't say cheap feeling because it's not the cheapest feeling toy I've ever messed with. But it's definitely not the most solid thing in the world either. I do feel 100% on this one, and I mentioned it in my last review that I knew this was going to happen. This is definitely overpriced. At $17 for a TIE Fighter that feels the way this feels and the size and everything, $17 is definitely too much money for it. Like I said, I am going to pick another one up because that's just the kind of person I am, but a good $12 on this, 10 to 12 would have been so much better. The mystery boxes themselves being $5.99, I feel like is overpriced as well, but again, that's something we can discuss in another video. That said, the wings do pop off on either end like so you can take the ship apart and take a closer look at the canopy right here. Like I said, it looks really good. It's nice having one where it's complete on the bottom and doesn't have like a missile that can fire out or some type of Nerf dart, but yeah, it's really nice to have that. Of course, it does open on the top here like so, if I can actually get it. It's not that hard, but I'm behind camera, I'm looking at a little screen. You can see the detail inside looks really good. You can see the seats, the controls, which are flat, but still good enough for me. You can get your little pilot, get his little hands out there, and just put him in and close it up, and there we have TIE Fighter pilot. Again, you can't see him inside there, which is unfortunate, just like Vader. I really wish we could see him in there because that's one of my favorite things about ships and being able to put the figures inside is the fact that we can see them in the ship. If we can't see them in the ship, almost feels like what's the point? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we have the pilot, but yeah, if we can't see the figure inside, yeah, it does feel kind of like what's the point of having it. But anyways, you can eject him by pushing the button on the bottom here. It lifts him up so you can get his head and pull him out. Just leave him in there for now. Pop the wings back on like so. And yeah, it's cool. I like it. I think it's really nice. It's great to have in the collection. I want more of them, but I'm going to stick with what I said. I do think it's just a little bit overpriced for what it is. So that's my opinion on that. Let's move on to some size comparisons. So first and foremost, here it is next to the Millennium Falcon. You can see it does tower over it in height, but in size, it is so small. It's basically the size of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, but actually smaller. It's really cool to see the perspective of this in just the scale and everything in front of you. Like I said in the few videos back, that I'm really happy being able to get just the view of the ships and the different sizes right in front of me. Lets me appreciate kind of just the variety of all of these ships in the Star Wars universe. Next up here we have the Razor Crest, which again towers over it because of the wings, but so much smaller when it comes down to it. Looks really good next to each other. Not much else to say. Next up, at least for me, the one that I wanted to compare it to the most, the X-Wing. You can see the size difference here and everything. Looks amazing. Really excited to take a photo of this. I already have an idea, kind of planned out what I'm going to do. So might do that tomorrow just for fun. And yeah, it's really cool to see this. I wish I had another one. I wish I had definitely a few more. I could definitely come up with something really cool to do, but this is awesome. Nonetheless, I'm happy to at least have one, definitely. And lastly, here we have Darth Vader's TIE Advance. You can see the size difference is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. The canopy difference is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. It's not exactly the same, especially on the sides here. The overall thing, you know, like where the pilot sits and everything is pretty much the same mold, more or less. Don't think there's really that much of a difference looking at it, but everything else is definitely not the same. And yeah, again, I would love to have a second one just to have flying next to Vader, one on the left, one on the right. I think that would be a great way to display these. And just one quick figure comparison, here he is next to Lord Vader, which both of them look really nice together, but I feel like the pilot might be just a little too tall. I know he's wearing a helmet, but I don't know, I feel like he should just be like maybe just a tad bit shorter than Vader, who does have a cape, in case anyone's wondering why he doesn't have a cape. It's in the Razor Crest, so I don't lose it because he can't wear it in his ship. So it may not be the most complicated ship in terms of features and stuff like that, but it is one I'm happy to have in a collection. One I definitely want to army build, though I will repeat once again, I do think it is a little bit too expensive, but do I recommend it? Yeah, for the factor of it's cool, it's awesome to have, it's a good size once again, and it is a great way to collect these ships from Star Wars. I know there's multiple ways. You can get one of the model kits or something like that, but if you're not someone who's into building things and painting them, then this is definitely the best way to go. I know that there is the game, I forgot the name of it. I do have one of the ships from it that my cousin got me for my birthday a few years back, but honestly, it's a fun game and everything. The ships are a lot smaller in that. So yeah, I think this is the greatest option we have at the moment, brand new, able to get in the store. Again, I cannot speak for the Micro Machine line and everything like that, but for now, this will do. This is awesome, and yeah, I do recommend it. Of course, it is, again, a little bit expensive, but we'll talk more about that later. I think nostalgia wins out, for me at least. And maybe not for everybody. Maybe that price point is a little too high. Yes, it's cheap, but it's expensively cheap, if that makes any sense. But anyways, that is my review for the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron TIE Fighter by Jazwares. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check back for the mystery box unboxing, just a 60-second video tomorrow, if you guys want to check that out and see what I got. Definitely need to pick up a few more of those before I do any reviews on all of them. I'm hoping to, but yeah, I'm gonna want to get at least 5, maybe, of different things, and yeah, then maybe I'll think it's worth it, but for now, it is what it is. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.